Hello everybody, Igor Minch is here for Union Studio Art Design. And for today, for our glass class, we will experiment with a new mold, IMD-1175 Christmas tree glass plate. I just finished this mold design a few days ago, and let's start experimenting with it. Let's get to it. There are several different ways this mold can be decorated. The most obvious one is that you fill up this cavity with the frit almost to the rim and just use one layer of glass. It will take only one fire to complete. You will have something like that. So I just tested it with clear glass. Obviously, it will reduce your options for decorating. I prefer to do two layers, and that's what we're gonna do now. After we choose the color for our Christmas tree, we can start cutting the backing for the plate. I usually prefer to sandwich clear glass and the color glass, and because it makes it much easier to cut shape. So we just position the clear glass and outline the size we need. When we outline the shape, it has to be smaller than this very edge of the plate and a little bit bigger than the raised area. So when it folds over, it will melt into the frit which we will place around. So just start tracing it. And the trace is gonna look something like that, you know, when you see it from the top. So a little bit smaller than the edge of the mold. Next step is, we obviously cannot cut such a sharp corners into the glass, so we'll have to soften it a little bit. So something like that. That should be very easy to cut. And now we can start cut the glass using our regular glass cutter. So let's get to it. It's really not as hard as you might think. You just have to be careful. Boom. And just keep cutting along the line. The key issue when you cut into the glass is to keep knocking it till you start seeing a crack pretty pronounced. That will assure the good cut. So just kind of take your time and keep knocking it. Just takes a little bit time. Well, and something like that will do. Now we'll just have to trace that shape on the green glass and start cutting it. So how should we? Let's do it like that. Trace it and cut it. And now, after we traced the shape, we can start cutting the glass. You should remember that shape doesn't have to be precise. As long as it covers the raised area of the mold, you are fine. So let's Boom. Boom. Close enough. Okay, and now let's start cutting out the shape. And now when we cut both shapes, we just sandwich them together. Don't forget to wipe the glass with rubbing alcohol, because regardless how clean your shop is, there is always dust, and you don't want all those particles. Okay, I think it goes this way. Yeah, okay, wonderful. And now we'll start decorating. I want to make garlands on the Christmas tree. So I already prepared a whole bunch of teeny tiny beads. I prepare them using this mold. It's IMD-1175. Okay, and just indicated where we want our garlands to be, something like that. I don't know. And we'll use Elmer's glue to attach beads to the glass, and then we'll sandwich this whole thing together. Okay. It's just a regular Elmer's glue. It will burn in the fire. And let's do the whole. Okay. And then we'll start making our garland. Oops, it's a big one. Let's make a small one. Something like that. Something like that. Okay, something like that will do. Okay, now we got a sandwich for the back of the plate. We can go further. This one is ready for the kiln. We can start work with the mold. With the mold, first thing you have to remember, you have to spray it with a kiln wash, with a separator. I'm using ZYP, and all the instructions are on the back. So let's prepare the mold and we'll start decorating it. And now we'll decorate the mold. I already put a stump, just cut, you know, some brown glass, and we'll fill the ring with green glass. I prepared frit in my frit maker. It can be very coarse, it doesn't have to be fine. So we'll just fill it up, not that much. Something like that will do. Almost to the top of the mold we fill it up. Okay, something like that. And it's ready to go to the kiln. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, let's see what I got. The baking came out really good, really nice. So we'll just have to clean the kiln wash off of it, but it's nice and smooth. And rim, that's what we got here. So we'll have to add a little bit more green, and open. That's a rim. So now we can start decorating, because I want to use fire on gold. It's just a regular liquid gold to decorate the Christmas tree. Let's get to it. Okay, now we'll start decorating it. I just printed a whole bunch of snowflakes on my HP printer. HP have a very high concentration of iron oxide, so when the decal will burn out, the iron oxide will stay in the shape of dark brown color. So we'll just get our snowflakes. And just those are work just like regular decals. It's really not much to it. And now it's about it takes about 2-3 minutes, and you see the film starts separates from the paper, so you apply it face down to where you want it to be. So just don't forget, the face down, the paper comes from the back, otherwise you might have problems. Something like that. Okay, here. And remove excess of water with a dry paper towel, and we'll be ready for the next step of decorating. Next step, I just gonna decorate it with liquid gold. It's a regular gold used for ceramic and glass. So I'm just gonna add some more dots to it. I don't know, something like that. You can make it as elaborate as you want. On this one I also want to experiment with a regular ceramic decal. So I just cut some ceramic decal, see what kind of result we will have. If it will work, it might be really cute. So those are just a regular ceramic decal. Theoretically it should work. I can't see why it shouldn't. Okay. Same thing, we submerge it in the water for a couple of minutes before. Okay, this one is already start separating. Okay. And let's see, something like that. And okay. And now we'll add a little bit more color to it. It's a white opaque frit. We'll just spread a little bit here and there to imitate the snow. As I already told you, it's first time I'm experimenting with this mold, so I have no clue what we will have. something like that. And now we'll just put our beautiful ring back into the mold, something like that, and fix the areas where glass run away in the corners. Okay. Something like that. Now when we finish decorating, we just take the bacon, which is already pretty dry by now, turn it upside down to the mold, and get it in the kiln, and we'll have a result tomorrow. See you tomorrow. And here is a moment of truth. Let's see what we have. Voila! You can see the bacon melted in very well. Let's open it up. Let's see what we have. Kiln is already very cool, so it comes out very easy. And voila! We got ourselves a Christmas tree plate.